Hey everybody, and welcome back. It's great to have you here for a special GED session from us, the Dr. Cool Cat team. Today, we are going to crack the code on one of the absolute trickiest parts of the RLA test, finding the main idea. You know, if you've ever felt stuck between two answers that both seem right, this one's for you.
So, does this question feel a little familiar? You read a passage, you understand all the words, but then you get to the answer choices, and bam! Suddenly, everything looks kind of plausible. Well, that's on purpose. The folks who write these tests are pros at burying the point under a lot of tricky details.
Here's the good news, though. You are not alone in this. It's a super common problem, and we actually have a name for it. We call it the main idea trap. These GED passages are literally designed to hide the central point behind a bunch of interesting examples and stories. It really makes it tough to see the forest for the trees.
But don't you worry, because we've got a secret weapon. A super simple mantra to help you escape that trap every single time. All you have to do is remember these 4 words: big deal, not big detail. Your one and only mission is to find that single big idea, not to get tangled up in all the little interesting side facts.
Okay, so let's get official for a second. What is the main idea? Well, it's that one single overarching point of the entire text. I want you to think of it like a giant umbrella. All the other sentences, all the little facts and examples, they're all huddled underneath that one big umbrella. It's the whole reason the author wrote the piece, not just one of the things they mentioned.
So, the big question is, how do we find this big deal consistently? Well, we use a little something we call the 3-step takedown. It's a really simple, powerful strategy you can use on test day to confidently nail the main idea and just move right on.
Okay, here are the steps. Step 1, as soon as you finish reading, just pause and ask yourself, okay, if I had to explain this to a friend in just one sentence, what would I say? Step 2, you're going to be a detective. Look for patterns. Are there words that keep popping up? Do all the examples point to one single theme? And finally, step 3, you select the best fit. This is where you pick the answer that's kind of like Goldilocks. Not too broad, not too narrow, but just right. It covers everything without adding anything new.
All right, that's enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty, right? It is time to put this whole strategy to the test. Let's go ahead and apply our 3-step takedown to a real GED-style passage.
Okay, here it is on the screen. I'll read it out loud for you. City libraries have expanded far beyond books. Many now lend museum passes, host job search workshops, and offer makerspaces with 3D printers. Just take a second and let that sink in.
And now, for the big question, what's the main idea? Look at those options there. Before I give you the answer, I want you to try it. Use those 3 steps we just talked about. Which one of those is screaming big deal to you?
Ready? Let's walk through it together. So, step 1 is summarize. In my own words, I'd say something like, libraries are doing a lot more than just books these days. Easy enough. Now for step 2, spot the concepts. That phrase, expanded far beyond books, is like a giant flashing neon sign. And then you see the examples, museum passes, workshops, makerspaces. What do those all have in common? They're all new kinds of services, right? And that brings us to step 3, select the best fit. Let's look at option A. Libraries lend museum passes. Is that true? Yep, the passage says so. But is it the main idea? No way! That, my friends, is a perfect big detail. It's just one piece of the puzzle. Now, look at answer C. Libraries serve the community in many new ways. That is our big deal. See how it's the umbrella? It covers the museum passes, and the workshops, and the makerspaces. It's the whole point. And just like that, you've done it. You just used the 3-step takedown to sidestep the big detail trap and lock on to the real main idea. That is a huge skill to have in your GED toolkit. So seriously, congratulations.
No, really, you've absolutely got this. The more you practice looking for the big deal, the more it just becomes second nature. Think of it like a muscle at the gym, and you just finished your first really solid rep.
So now I'm curious, and I want you to be honest with yourself. A minute ago, before we analyzed it all together, which answer did you pick? Did you lean toward one of the big details?
Go ahead and drop whatever your first instinct was in the comments below. Maybe you did pick A at first, and that is 100% okay. Honestly, recognizing the trap is the most important part of learning how to avoid it. There are no wrong answers when you're practicing.
Hey, if this strategy helped you out, do us a favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe for more GED power tips from all of us here on the Dr. Cool Cat team. And remember, every time you face a passage, just ask yourself, what's the big deal? We'll see you next time.